Welcome to the 16-ounce Cinema Podcast.
Hello and welcome to 16-ounce Cinema, where we talk pints, or we drink pints actually. I haven't had any yet and I'm still already messing up. We drink pints and talk pictures, and for this week's episode, Angus, being a sadomasochistic streak, decided that the theme would be horrible comic book movies. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I've got to introduce us. So I am the object. I'm here with Mr. Terrific.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Terrific. And of course, in that far corner, we have the human beef.
I don't think Mr. Terrific is doing very terrific right now.
Well,
I'm doing fine.
Don't
worry about Mr. Terrific.
I introduced Mr. Terrific. Well, yeah, we should be worried about the human beef.
I'm worried about myself now. But all right.
As you might guess, at least one of us is going to be talking about at least one Fantastic Four movie. But before we get to that, we're going to go around and talk about the beers we're bringing to the table. If I'm right, without stepping on any toes, it is actually my turn to be first this time, isn't it?
That's correct. Me and you will now go one, and we'll go back and forth being...
Because Mr. Terrific is scared,
right.
yes.
Okay.
Angus never goes first.
I'm too good to go first.
Yes. Yes, he's the closing act. He's the headliner. The showstopper.
Well, that just means he should always go second because people like him more. So he should always be second.
Yeah, but mine usually go longer. Like, my set's always longer, so I should definitely headline.
Okay, so I'll open,
all right.
Angus will headline, and Mike will be the music that plays you out. So, my beer, I figured because the movie I watched didn't seem to have any fucking thought put into it, so I just grabbed a land shark. My movie did make me furious, though, so I grabbed a frosted glass to kind of cool my rage. The problem being is that we're a cursed podcast, so by the time we actually got up and running with this recording, that frosted mug is room temperature.
You should have got some more mugs. You have like 10 of them.
I know, but
your freezer is like half
frosted mugs,
and
my cabinet is half beer glasses and half wine glasses. Yeah.
All right. Well, my beer, because we're watching terrible movies, I decided to drink my least favorite beer of all time,
Schlitz,
which is called I don't even know the company, but it's called a Vanilla Porter. And it's by Breckenridge Brewery. And I believe I rated it. I rated it a 0.25 out of a 5 whenever I rated this beer. So it's terrible.
Did
it's
you
awful,
purposely go get it?
And I'm gonna drink it. No, I had some in my fridge when I bought a 6-pack like 6 months ago.
I want to look you up on Untapped and see if you said anything, but I'm afraid that if I touch my phone, because we're connecting over our phones this time, our curse will become in effect, and if I touch the phone, we're going to lose the episode.
No phone touching. It's illegal.
Yeah, no. I'm just...
I believe. Angus, did you end up getting something?
I did. I woke up like 10 minutes before we were supposed to start, so I didn't
found
go
a
get
beer on the
yet,
bedside, and I was like, oh, I was going to use this for my cereal, but I'll drink it for the episode.
No, I had to find the fanciest thing that the racetrack had. So I got a thing with a turtle on it, and he's like chopping up hops with a goddamn guillotine.
Oh, a terrapin.
Nice. It's called Terrapin Hopsecutioner.
You're gonna hate it.
Oh, I like that beer.
Indian.
Yeah, you were gonna hate it. I can't wait.
Yeah, I hate IPAs.
Yeah,
I fucking despise them. So, but it was the only clever looking thing they had there.
I'm so glad we made you roll out of bed to drink a beer you hate and talk about a movie that sucked.
Oh
man,
I am gonna rage by the end of this.
Oh, I'm gonna rage right out the gate. I'm so excited for this episode. Actually, for how
my
bad
movie
it is.
was awesome, so I can't wait to talk about mine.
I want to say too, leading up to this, like you were saying things that made me think that you were giving up on the bad movie you chose. Although I think you were just saying that you were taking breaks on the one movie. Did I misunderstand you?
No, I really tried to do this movie 4 times, and of course that's going to be the lucky number.
Okay,
but it was fucking brutal.
So my rage
That's all I can
at
say.
you telling you not to give up because that would be chicken shit was fair.
Yeah, I was seriously ready to just leave the show at this point. Like, I was done.
All right, well, I'll just drive right into my first one. And speaking of chicken shit, so I set my sights on Fantastic Four, the newest one from 2015. I set my sights on it, and actually I knew that the library had it on Blu-ray, so I drove down there. I had some other like actual movies to pick up. He's taking the Terrapin.
Jesus, it's not that bad.
Oh, our friend is like deathly ill.
I assume he did something else besides drink the beer.
I'll be
What the
back.
hell, dude?
If he dies on the podcast, are we bad for still releasing the episode?
Oh, we're still releasing. That's his last moments in life.
Yeah, we have to. Do we? I mean, I didn't watch Fantastic Four for nothing. If he just dropped dead now, I'm still telling you about it.
Yeah, but I mean, we'd probably have to wait a day or two.
I mean, I got to edit it, so yeah, I had to wait a couple.
How long do we wait before we ask his wife to save the recording? Like, it'd have to be right away, right?
Yeah, we'd have to ask her like by the end of the week, like, hey, can you? He was recording something. Can you?
Oh no,
send it
no,
our
because
way?
like she'd have to do it like right now.
Oh yeah, we'd have to call her. We'd have to finish
Yeah,
the
like,
episode.
your husband died, but please save the recording.
We'd have to finish the episode and then, immediately call her and say, save that recording and here's the login information for the Dropbox. Could you just, I can hear.
I mean,
it
I think she'd be cool with it, kind of. Like, I
well,
get it.
Well,
you know what I mean?
she might be dealing with his death. I would assume it's not like she's just gonna like walk over his corpse to save our episode, right?
I mean, I don't know.
We got to get him to put this
mean,
in writing that, like, if he dies on the episode, like...
Well, I mean, what if he's dying right now? It's too late to write anything.
It's too late.
It's like, should we take bets? Like, what do you think? He obviously it can't just been he drank a pale ale and threw up deathly. Like, it's got to be he got something happened.
Like he swallowed a rat. Like, what did he do?
It sounded like a bad man was in his house.
Oh,
choking
he's
him.
alive.
Holy shit.
So we need you to get it in writing that if you're going to die on an episode, Jesse's going to save the audio and send it to us.
Okay.
Because I was,
Yeah, that's all we discussed the last 2
Oh my
minutes.
God.
yeah,
Oh, geez, what's
like,
going
well,
on?
how are we going to
So
salvage
wait. So what did end up? Why are you choking?
It was his description. He said he watched the new Fantastic Four, and I just couldn't fucking hold it back. No.
I can't tell if he's serious. So.
It's cancer.
No, that beer was terrible.
What?
Yeah.
Dude, you drank a 40 with fucking Hennessy in it. What are you talking about?
It was better than that.
I like that Terrapin beer.
I guess we'll never
No,
know
that-
the truth.
That fucking sucked.
So, back to Fantastic, whatever the hell your movie is.
Okay,
Yeah, I don't
so
care
I'm
what
at
I
the
missed,
library.
Oh
I'm at the
God, I'd stuck to
library.
hear it.
I get the Fantastic Four Blu-ray in my hand, and in that moment, I'm like, wait, if this movie is over 2 hours, I'm chickening out. I was so close to just saying, no, not today. And
An hour 57?
I flipped it over, and it's 100 minutes.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, okay, I'll do this. Okay, so
we forgot to all open our beers at the same time. And
I
now mine's
accidentally
still
opened
closed.
mine in advance, and then I just sat and stared at it in shame.
I drank
I'm gonna
mine
open
and
All right,
puked.
keep going.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Oh, you guys might not know this, but I smell great. I took a shower before I jumped on. I just wanted everyone to know.
I think it smells like vomit, and I just got home from work. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be sweaty by the end, though, because, I turn off my AC.
I
'cause it's so damn loud where I record.
I smell like vitamins and fat people.
All right. So Miles Teller is in this movie, and also has the right Mara, Kate Mara. So, not the wrong
Ooh.
Mara. We call Rooney Mara, at least Mike and I do. Rooney Mara is the wrong Mara. We don't like her.
Why not?
She's not as pretty as Kate.
She's not Kate Mara.
Fair enough.
Yep.
That's it. Yeah. So the first thing I gotta say about this movie is it has an entirely like broken 3-act structure. So like I'm not even gonna like tease you guys with this, like, oh, this has happened and now we're still only this many minutes in and blah blah blah. No, this movie's first act takes, flip the pages to the notes, 47 minutes to reach its conclusion.
That's not dragging it out too long.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, that's only about 20 minutes past when a normal first act should be ending. So what do we get in that first act? Well, first you see you're going to see Reed Richards and Ben Grimm as 8-year-olds. They're in class and they're getting made fun of, or at least Reed Richards is.
I'm out already. Jesus.
Yeah. So he's giving like a science presentation, and he's talking about how he's trying to discover teleportation, and then like his teacher gets down on him for, you're supposed to talk about having a real career in the real world because scientist isn't a job, right? Anyway, I'm gonna skip all this 8-year-old bullshit, except to say that one awesome thing it does is, you know how sometimes the movies are like there's a catchphrase from a character. And some really bad movies like to give a reasoning or an origin even to the catchphrase.
Yes.
So,
sure.
The things, it's clobbering time, is given a great origin by showing Grimm he lives in a junkyard, and he goes home to his little junkyard, white trash home, and his older brother, that's his older brother's catchphrase when he abuses the shit out of him. This older brother comes in, it's clobbering time, and beats the shit out of him. It's like, oh, what a great way to give an origin to a fun action catchphrase. So he's...
Wait, is he already a little stone person? Or
No. They're like normal, just right. Punk kids. Okay, so because this movie never really wants to get there, we next jump, 7 years later, and I guess they're teenagers, except that they're Miles Tyler and some other fuck. And, they're obviously 28, not 15, or I guess they're almost graduating, so they're supposed to be 17, 18. But then they stand them next to actual kids, and they look fucking ridiculous. They look so fucking old. It's like if, me and Mike tried to, go back to high school. In geek clothes. Late 80s geek clothes.
I just wear corduroy shorts and Hawaiian t-shirts. I think I could fit in still.
So you're going to wear... I don't know what that is.
I don't know. That's what I wore in high school, so I figured I would just do the same thing, except I have white hair.
20 years out of time still. Our kids wearing that?
It's still cool.
Exactly.
I mean...
Yeah.
Angus, you cruise the high schools. Are they still wearing that?
No, they're not, actually. I just go in and talk...
All right. Let's move on before this podcast gets shut down. So, again, he's going on about his teleport thing, and no one believes it is because... but not because, it's too far-fetched, just because they think the science isn't real. They say this is a science fair, not a magic show, even though he's trying to, show all the science that he's thought out beyond it. Anyway... It turns out that, it does work, and Reed Richards gets recruited by Kate Mara, who's playing the Invisible Woman. Oh, you didn't speak up. I'm sorry. We have another guest with us today.
Oh, that's right.
We have with us...
What?
Yes, but she didn't speak up. We have the mute woman with us.
Yay.
Yep.
Hello.
Glad to have you. I'm sorry I forgot about you. You kind of just, you're so quiet.
This bit is not going to work.
So no. I'm going to stick with it now.
I was still 50-50 that, your wife is there and she's just going to be mute the whole time. So I was really nervous that just the fourth character was hanging out quietly listening to me.
So Richards goes off to super science school, and Grimm just leaves the movie. Then you meet Victor Von Doom, who they're getting recruited for this whole interdimensional teleportation project. Doom, basically, his only direction is just be too cool for the room the whole movie.
Ooh.
So, yeah. And, of course, immediately Mara, or the Invisible Woman, calls him Dr. Doom, like, as a joke. So, they do their whole little, like, teleport thing, and then they find out, like, the government obviously is pulling the strings on this, and from the government, they find out that the ones who created and did the science on the project aren't going to be allowed to go because the government, those evil bureaucratic bastards, think that if you're sending people into the unknown, maybe you should have, like, trained astronauts or, like, sort of soldiers rather than just nerds. So they get upset over that, and I'm just like, well, that's stupid. The nerds shouldn't go. They don't know. They're not trained for that.
It's a fair point.
We meet Johnny Storm. He's in a low-rent Fast and Furious movie. He turns out to be the kid of, like, not the government guy, but the actual, like, super science school guy who runs the place. He's also, of course, the Invisible Woman and Johnny Storm are brother and sister, so one of them has to be adopted. It's Kate Mara.
I was going to say, how does that work?
Yeah, she's adopted. She's from, like, Bosnia or Kosovo or something, and she was a refugee as a little girl, and so Baxter, that's the father's name, adopts her. Okay,
because that was one of the things that everybody was like, what the fuck about when they announced that movie.
Yeah. I think
that's
fine.
This movie doesn't matter, right? Because, like, they're not going to go forward.
Oh, no, it really doesn't matter.
Absolutely not.
So they've got Michael B. Jordan playing Johnny Storm, and you know what? I think he'd do a good job at it if, like, there was anything to this movie. But basically, they all get, like, your cliche character intros, and then they just blend into just fucking nothingness. So, whatever. If anyone gave a performance in this, they cut it right the fuck back out. So, because he's getting in trouble, he ends up turning up at, like, the super science school as, like, an intern. He calls Doom Adolf, so Doom just continues on with blatant dickery from Doom. So now again, like, we're 30 minutes in. I said I marked down the minutes as I went through. So they have their little interdimensional thing. They said that, like, for some reason they're saying, like, they're getting, like, a signal, or when they send people through, they can communicate. And I'm kind of like, well, how? Because you just kind of blip, like, bloop, into another dimension. I don't understand how any of our, regular technological signals come through from wherever.
You didn't go to science school.
I guess not. So, anyway, they have the drone or whatever go through, and then the nerds get together, and they have a 6-ounce flask, and they somehow get drunk off of that, kind of lamenting that they don't get to go.
They're nerds. They don't drink a lot.
So then the nerds decide that they're just going to go. But before they go, they have to call back Ben Grimm because he's got to become the Thing. And if he can't become the Thing if they don't call him in. So he basically shows up. Yeah,
is he still in a homeless pile?
I guess so. They just call him back out of his junkyard, and he's like, okay, yeah, I'll come back to the movie. Just, whatever. But Kate Mara stays behind to do, like, I'm the still here on Earth person shit that people do in these movies. So anyway, they send the people over. Mara suddenly gets no signal, and she freaks out. And that's kind of where I was like, well, that's actually more accurate. But I didn't go to super science school. You're right. Oh my god. There's so much more to this movie.
We don't need to know any of it.
Yeah, we don't care.
So let's just find the cool stuff in my notes. So now we're 45 minutes in. Don't care. Want super fights. This is half the movie without heroes.
Wait, are they in the super universe yet?
At 45 minutes. At 45 minutes in, we see them in the other dimension. At 47 minutes, dimension, boom. Obviously, they're fantastic now. How long till it's fun? And okay, so then the government is, like, investigating them, trying to check them out, and because now they have their superpowers. They show a lot of Reed Richards being Elastic, and he looks fucking scary.
Wait, hang on. Why did they go into the other universe?
Because it was there.
Oh. Okay. All right. I'm with you now.
Yeah, so we're at 55 minutes in. The government is studying them. Obviously, this movie is an hour and 40 minutes. 46, including credits, so we're 55 minutes in. And then, basically, Mr. Fantastic escapes and leaves everyone else behind. And then it says 1 year later. So we skip ahead to a year. The Thing has become a commando. And then here in my notes I wrote, I Facebooked for 5 minutes. Reed was doing stuff. 1 hour, 5 minutes. Super action for 15 seconds. Oh my fucking god. I'm gonna have a rage heart attack. And then instead of having a super fight, they go back through the portal again. Obviously, Doom got left behind the first time. They find Doom. 1 hour and 15 minutes.
Didn't this movie have like a huge budget?
Oh yeah, 1 hour and 15 minutes. Bullshit in Facebook. Dr. Doom is a scanner. He explodes people's heads. At an hour and 20, Doom can apparently just do fucking anything. Whatever he wants. He has all these mind powers, can move shit, can explode brains. At 1 hour 21, Doom heads back out to the other dimension. They have their super fight. This is at 1 hour and 21 minutes of a movie.
I can't stop laughing at you just constantly giving us the time of the movie.
Yeah.
It's just funny.
Of an hour and 46 minutes. And because, it's a big budget CGI thing, 10 of those minutes are credits. So of an hour and 36 minutes, we have about 13 minutes of actual superheroes fighting. And then I write, cool effects. Okay, yes, super stuff now. We're going to fight in a CGI quarry. Fuck this.
But what are they? Are they fighting Doom?
Oh, yeah, they fought Doom.
All right.
I want to jump in with my movie so bad right now. Just as a comparison.
This was so bad. I mean, if we had recorded last week, my rage was a lot hotter because it was still fresh in my head, but we were cursed and we weren't able to record. But, oh my god, nothing fucking happened in this movie.
Yeah, now you just seem resigned to speak about it.
I know.
I
was like ready for the rage, but I've put a few other movies between me and this fucking movie.
Imagine if this film went to hell, but the Doom movie didn't.
Oh my god. Yeah.
So is that it? Is that your movie?
I mean, yeah, they dick around for an hour, and then it's 1 year later, and then they go back to the dimension and get Doom, and Doom says explode heads, and go back to the dimension again, and they fight him. And that's it. They fight him for 10 minutes. There's 10 minutes of superhero action in the entire thing.
Was it a cool 10-minute fight?
Sort of. Like, the effects were really good, but the problem is they just, like I said, they put him out in a quarry. They put him in that other dimension where they're just fighting among rocks. I deliberately burped onto Fantastic Four. Normally I would try to hide those burps from the episode, but...
How fucking stupid did Dr. Doom look?
Oh, pretty bad. They had it where like he was in that dimension, and he was kind of like the Thing, where the metallic, like he had an exosuit on, and so the metallic exosuit fused into his skin.
Yeah, that's what I saw in the commercial, was like his fucking mask was glowing and stuff, and I was like, nah, I'm out.
No, he didn't have a mask. That was like his face and his skin. Then. So they never put him in a mask.
So much worse.
Yeah,
that's
they put him in a hoodie.
Worse.
But, yeah.
Like a regular black nothing face hoodie.
Yeah. Yeah. And Human Torch kind of looked like a flaming corpse, which that's either good or bad. I don't know, but
that
sounds cool. Yeah.
Did Kate Mara have any hot scenes?
Oh no! Just look at the cast, and any one of them that you like, just fuck it. No, like I said, anywhere they might have given a performance was just cut right out. It's like the director was like, "Nah, you're gonna give a chance for an actor to actually maybe shine for a minute in this turd? Nah, zip."
I don't like that voice.
Nah.
Weird penguin producer.
Yes!
You won't get this one, Fantastic Four!
Gonna play this movie like a harp from hell!
Alright, a good movie.
Don't say that.
I didn't think so.
Oh, sorry.
Well, we're supposed to vote for best movie. Prop yourself up a little.
God, did I seriously still talk about that fucking thing for 20 minutes? Let's go. Let's get away from it.
Yeah. All right.
Is it my turn?
Who's
That's you, Michael.
Who's on first? Ah. Well, I watched Captain America from
78?
91, I think.
Oh.
78?
I mean...
No, 1990. Yeah, it's definitely 1991. Yeah, that's definitely the one I watched. And
Okay.
I was like, wait, what? Did I? What movie am I watching? No, it was definitely... And I liked it a lot. It was a good movie. It had a lot of flow. It had a lot of good funny things. Captain America wasn't really in it ever, which was kind of weird, but...
Okay.
But anyway, so let me. The movie basically starts off in Italy with a bunch of guinea kids dicking around and spying on a family, just having some fun.
Guinea kids, it's fucking hilarious. What a great way to start a review. Some fucking guinea kids.
I couldn't think. They weren't kids. I've never seen an Italian film with a bunch of like Italian kids. It just seems like a guinea children in a guinea neighborhood. That's just kind of how they look like.
His ancestral Polish hate coming through.
I don't think there's much hatred for the Italians.
That Poland-Italy feud.
Hey, we're fucking part of the Axis, so fuck them, maybe. So anyway, they're spying on this family that's having dinner, and their dinner gets interrupted by very broad-faced gentlemen. They have very broad faces because it shows that they're the evil guys, and that's going to be the whole theme throughout the whole movie.
Like Dick Tracy villains?
Yeah, like fucking they're broad. They're just like big beefy dudes with their big beefy broad guinea faces.
Sounds
I guess.
hot.
I think they're German, so they're probably not guineas. They're Germans.
I'm
Nazis,
totally
bad
picturing
guys.
Dick Tracy villains now, though, like the brow.
They all have very fat faces. So.
Like makeup? Like they did them up in prosthetics?
No. They just did the actors themselves. Just like they drank too much and they're bloated, but muscular too, like in their 40s. It's very strange.
Oh, they were like Eastern European. They're Polish.
Oh, yeah. I guess that's a good way of saying it. Yeah, that's actually exactly the way it works. Yes.
All right.
So we're bad guys. Also, they're bad guys because they shotgun the family down in the middle of dinner, and they with shotguns.
Well, I hope with shotguns.
Yeah.
What else do you shotgun a family with? Like beers?
Beer cans. They all get wasted.
And so yeah, they shotgun the family down and they stole one of the boys.
Imagine them forcing them to chug, and then they beer bonged them.
So I don't know what happened to the other kids that we started the movie with. I guess they ran off. I don't have subtitles. The movie has no subtitles for some reason for this part. But we next meet the boy who was kidnapped in like a really evil fortress with a lot of evil Nazi broad-faced men and stuff like that. And there's a really cool CGI Nazi rat, which I liked a lot. So that was like a really cool kind of CGI moment that never happens again.
What's a Nazi rat? Like, did it have like the little armband?
It was like a rat, but then they gave it like Nazi serum, and he became like a Nazi weird like claymation rat, and he was very angry being that. So
his whiskers were in like a square.
No, yeah. He did have a broad face, but no, he had the crazy like steel looking.
Did he sig hail like the little the salute?
No, he was just a rat.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry, he was just a real rat, or CGI.
I'm not so into this rat now.
So in this scene, I assume like the bad guy is telling Nazis that they're going to stab evil rat juice into like the stolen boy to make him pretty awesome. So I think that's kind of what's happening.
It's like Battletoads.
Yeah, it is. And one of the scientists isn't very happy. She's a woman, and I'm not kidding. She has a very broad face, and she is also a Nazi. But
like
this kind of
a broad face or a broad's face.
A broad face, very Eastern European, as TJ said. But she turns about like she does. She's like, I guess she's not a Nazi because she doesn't like what's happening. You okay?
Sorry, I poked myself. Let's keep going.
Someone shotgunned him.
And
yeah, I've been shotgunned.
And then so she runs away because she doesn't like what's happening. And as she's running away, I'm not kidding. She gets blasted by like a machine gun to her cunt. And I know,
this
like
made for TV or this is very graphic.
No, I think it was a real movie. So anyway, she's like, as she's jumping out the window, some like Nazi machine guns her, and then she falls on this like pathway, and then like they pan between her legs, and like blood flows on the floor, and like it doesn't even flow. It just kind of bloops. It bloops out of her cunt area. It's very strange.
I really don't think he watched Captain America. I think he watched some weird
foreign
gore film.
We always question
Yeah,
if
that's
he
my
watched
thing.
The,
Like,
movie he said
I'm trying to push this as much as I can. Like, are they gonna know I didn't watch the movie, or what's gonna happen? And so we jump about 7 years to the future, which hopefully means Captain America will show up eventually. And it shows that the White House wants to also make super soldiers, but I assume very less evil. So we meet
using
Steve
mice
Rogers
instead of rats.
So we meet Steve Rogers, and he makes 2 women cry within like 1 minute. So I assume. No, he's a bad guy. Women are crying all around him. I think that's his superpower. His superpower is just making women cry. His mom is really hot, and she's the one that cries. And also his girlfriend's also kind of hot for, I guess, a 15-year-old, and she cries too because Steve's going away. I don't know why Steve is dating a 15-year-old, but
it was a different
it's the
age,
90s,
yeah.
The different era.
1991.
Steve, by the way, has like a very, different era. No internet then. So Steve, by the way, has a really retard face. Like, I don't know why he looks like he drank too much and like walks into the door a lot.
I like that this movie only has broad and tarred faces.
There's more coming up.
Broad face, retarded face, all these guinea kids.
So anyway, so Steve and the Nazi who ran away with the gunshot wound, they meet up, and romantic music plays.
The one that
so they're
got
like
shot down.
Yeah, the one that no, she got shot, but she ran away. She was just bleeding from her little area, and then she ran away. Back, she came to America. Yeah,
I thought.
No, we didn't know that. No, we didn't know that until we see this scene.
You said she jumped out out a window getting shot. I assumed she just went splat and like it all came.
Oh, we all did.
Her legs.
Yeah. Oh no. I mean, we all assumed she was dead in the movie, but it didn't say anything. So. Also, so I had to look up at this point. I had to look up that Jason Segel wasn't actually playing Steve Rogers because he looks and acts just fucking like him, which means he's boring and has a retard face. So for the rest of the movie, this Captain America is now Jason Segel, and I will probably be calling him that the whole time.
I like Jason Segel.
I could see him doing like a pudgy Captain America, early '90s
like
Captain America.
Yeah, the guy who played Captain America just dead on looks like him. So, okay, so Steve is going to turn into Captain America now, I guess. Except they're going to do it in the middle of America under a diner instead of a secret government facility for some reason.
What?
Yeah, I don't know why. They go to Middle America.
The newest movie was like under a diner or a bookstore or something like that.
Oh well, that's probably a callback then. And yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant like in the middle of one, like they're
under a
serving
table.
people eggs and
shit. No. There's under it. They have like a secret passageway for them.
Yeah.
Okay, so right before like Steve Rogers turns
maybe
into
the
Captain
mute
America,
woman has some comic book knowledge to shed some light onto this underground
diner. Oh yeah,
dynasty.
what do you have to say about this mute woman?
Oh, it makes sense. You would only read Fantastic Four. Okay.
So okay, one of the government agents is throwing shade at Captain America. He's like, he may not be Superman. Like that was one of the lines in the movie, and like I don't know why it happened. I guess
maybe they knew that their movie wasn't gonna like break ground like the 1978 Superman movie did.
Oh, wow,
yeah.
that
might have been just going around where people were just being half-assed and shit. It's like, it's not like we're making Superman. Like, yeah.
Oh, okay. Actually,
it's like
okay. You remember how?
It's like they're doing like a beef track for a movie from 20 years ago.
So remember when TJ invited us all to his room? He turned off all the lights, put up the strobe lights, and then started dancing to the Scatman.
Yeah, he shotgunned all of us that night.
So that's how Jason Segel turns into Captain America. Like literally,
under a strobe light to Scatman.
Yeah, he's going like he's like strapped in, and they're playing like. They're like strobe lighting him, and he's just going, and he's turning into Captain America. And the best part of this is like everybody's standing like 5 feet away from him, and nothing happens to them. It's just happening to him for some reason. So, all right. So this is like basically just imagine like a really like imagine. Stop it.
No more. We'll have to pay royalties.
Okay, so then basically now it's like just imagine Jason Segel as ripped Captain America, and that's who he is now. Oh, and also now, like, a Nazi comes out of nowhere, just like nowhere. He's like, "Hi, Hitler!" And then he shoots everyone. He shoots everyone, and he shoots the Nazi woman. And wait, hang on. Best part. The Nazi woman starts crying, just like I predicted, and dies. So in my notes it says "I told you so," which I don't know who I'm telling. I told everyone so. Oh, okay. So that's the end scene. You know, he's Captain America. The Nazi infiltrated the government. Hey, Hitler, and killed a bunch of people.
This is 1 hour into the movie. It's Fantastic Four.
No, it's actually like 15 or 12 minutes into the movie. I think it's very good. It's fucking packed. So okay, for the rest of the film, everybody in every scene is trying to laugh at how fucking dumb Jason Segel looks he's wearing a luchador Captain America mask. So it's just fucking high as fuck Jason Segel with a fucking luchador Captain America mask, and everybody is just like, what's happening?
And it's like a fake muscle suit, right?
Yeah, totally. And so now we're the next scene, the very next scene after he became Captain America, he's like in a plane with his lieutenant with a really gay mustache, and the gay mustache is just looking at him, giving him a pep talk, and just fucking trying not to laugh the whole time. And it's like a 5-minute scene.
So these faces are broad, retarded,
fucking guineas too. Don't forget the guineas.
We're going to offend a lot of white people with this episode.
Yeah.
But good.
Yeah,
good.
We're going to lose our New York audience.
Oh, darn. We're going to gain the Bostons, though.
Yeah, we are.
So.
Didn't we lose New Jersey on the last one?
Yeah, I think we did.
Oh, yeah? Yeah. I killed off women the first episode, so I'm just going to go on down the checklist. So then Captain America infiltrates a Nazi base, like, stealth style. Except, like, he takes 2 steps and Nazis see him, like, just automatically. That's Captain America.
He tries to be stealthy in a bright blue suit.
Yeah, like, he's tiptoeing into, like, a Nazi.
That was a problem back in the 90s. Like, they did the movie of The Phantom, and he's in a purple suit and tries to sneak around.
Yeah.
Like dudes
Except purple can kind of blend into the nighttime, I guess. So.
No.
So basically, this is basically just like, imagine every stealth video game we've ever played, except no do-overs.
I hate those.
So the Nazis, they suck, and so does Captain America, apparently. So fortunately for Captain Jason Segel, all the Nazis are laughing their fucking ass off, and so this gives plenty of time for Captain fella to just start like throwing his shield around and making fires and blowing shit up. So the stealth shit went out the window.
Making fires? Like, what is he, light hairspray on fire?
No, he just throws his thingy, and then like a video game, everything blows up.
Oh, okay.
So I guess they have fireworks. It's a fireworks factory or something.
Oh, yeah. A lot of those in the 90s.
Yeah. Well, the 40s
like
or whatever.
Hard Target.
World War II happened. Yeah. So he gets into the base, and finally he sees Red Skull, which is cool. And unfortunately, I will not be talking about Red Skull until I get to my Horizon shift.
Okay.
So a good chunk of the movie is tucked away there. So anyway, we get to the fight with Jason Segel and Red Skull, which is really cool. Except Jason Segel doesn't know how to fight, so he takes a 34-step running start and telegraphs a punch, like my grandpa was trying to pretend fight me as a kid. It's really ridiculous. That's how the fight starts. Captain America is just running towards Red Skull, and then Red Skull is just standing there, and then he moves because he's fucking telegraphed. So. Also, he seemed kind of shocked that Red Skull is like, nope, not going to hit me. He just didn't see it coming. Yeah. So then, anyway, he beats the shit out of Captain America and asks him to teach him English. And Captain America, not so very nicely, says no. And in revenge to Captain America saying no, Red Storm promises to be the president of the United States of America.
Because Captain America wouldn't teach him English.
Yes.
That was his big Nazi plan, to learn English?
I guess so.
Okay.
That's and there is another part of the scene coming up that I will again that ends the fight, but I don't want to. Can
I ask about how his makeup was, or is that something you're saving also?
His makeup. For
Red Skull.
That's actually a good question. I am saving that. Very much so. That's
Such a
actually the best
secretive
part of the
movie.
I think it is. It's Nazis and shit. So now we get a montage of now we're in the 90s after a montage. I don't really know why, but I guess that's the movie. Now we're back. We're actually in present day 1991.
When did the last scene take place?
19, the fucking World War II.
Okay, so he just wouldn't teach him English and then left for 40, 50 years?
Yeah. Yeah. So I can't talk about it, but yeah,
okay.
We're in the 90s
right,
now.
Yeah.
Now we're in the 90s. Yeah, the fight ended, but we're in the 90s now. It starts with like the president of the U.S. He's wearing jeans. He's like, "We need the environment" or something, and bad guys who are totally not Nazis are planning to control the president and the bad guy. And I don't know if you guys can guess this, but they have broad faces. And I'm not kidding. The Americans do not have broad faces. The bad guys do.
That's how you tell them apart.
So, yeah, apparently. So apparently Captain America was in ice for 60 years. And we get like a slight reenactment of The Thing, where a bunch of dudes are standing around Captain America being creeped out because he's in ice. And then he unfreezes, and they're like, "Whoa!" Which kind of spooks him, but then they pissed himself laughing because he's wearing a stupid fucking luchador mask. It's Jason goddamn Segel. So it's not scary anymore.
Everyone just laughs at him for how he's dressed?
I mean, they're trying not to, but yes.
Okay.
So
like every scene is them going, "Oh, what is this?" And then they're like, so they're not really laughing, but you can tell if you look in their eyes that they're fucking laughing at this guy. Oh wow, we're only 35 minutes in this movie, so I gotta
Holy
fucking
shit.
kick it up a little bit. It's just like I said, it's fucking packed.
TJ's was
So
over.
anyway, the next, TJ's is already over.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, the next
It was over
scene
when it
is the
began.
Red Power. How long? What?
I said it was over when it began, his movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So the very next scene, we have a Red Power Ranger chasing Captain America in Canada because he made his way from being trapped under ice in Antarctica. I guess he's coming south from Canada. And I think the Power Ranger is Red Skull's daughter, but I can't put my finger on why, but except for like she's dressed red. So I guess that I just thought that it turns out that she is the daughter of Red Skull. But anyway, also we get a weird product placement for Hershey's chocolates. So we get like just blatant in your face Hershey's chocolate promo right in the middle of this fight.
Like this fight. in the
Nazis
middle of
bothering
Canadian
you,
wilderness?
eat chocolate.
Yeah. So we see a fat guy in a car. He's just kind of riding around the Canada, and in the seat is just a big Hershey's candy bar. So and it's right center in camera the whole time. Let's see what happens next. Oh yeah, so Captain America gets really sick. So he's basically he gets picked up after running away or beating up the Red Power Ranger, and he gets picked up by the fat guy with the Hershey, and the fat guy with the Hershey's tells Captain America that Red Skull was responsible for the assassination of Martin Luther King, and he gets very upset about this, and he steals the fat guy's car, and this is not the only time that Captain America steals a car in this movie, so then Captain
This
America
isn't the
drives
one where
himself
Captain America goes around on a motorcycle?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't. No, I think there might have been a moped later when they go back to Italy, but I don't think so.
Look out, you guinea kids!
I'm gonna get you my Vespa.
So he after stealing the fat guy's car, he drives all the way to California where he meets some punks and a blonde with big tits, so you're back in California. And then he goes back to his old house, or I think maybe his old girlfriend's house or something like that. And a woman with a 6-pack of beer just kind of beats him up. She's like, "Get away from me, guy!" And then she throws a 6-pack in his face, and he falls down. And then he meets his 70-year-old girlfriend who's still alive. And then that chick, the chick who threw the beer at him is actually her daughter. And he's just gonna get it on with his ex-girlfriend's daughter, which is kind of creepy if you think about it.
Oh, I thought he was gonna get it on with the 90-year-old.
No,
Here we
she's
go.
70. She's not 90. She's married. So the guy she's married to is like, who is this guy? Anyway, we should really watch this movie. The absurdity of it, I'm not doing it very good justice.
That's fine.
So Yeah, so the Red Power Ranger chick starts killing and shooting people randomly, and his girlfriend his girlfriend's daughter has the hots for him and stuff like that. And
that sounds like a movie we watched with John Leguizamo.
I don't remember.
I think he was like banging a babysitter or something.
Oh,
nice.
That movie was weird. The Babysitters.
Yeah.
2000.
Was it just called The Babysitter?
Yeah,
something like that. It's about a bunch of girls who start out as babysitters, but then they turn all the dads of the kids they're babysitting into Johns, and they start a prostitution ring.
I'm voting for that
John
movie
Leguizamo
this week.
Falls in love with one of them.
That sounds great. Wait, is John Leguizamo like the bad guy, or is he the good guy?
They're all kind of bad guys because they're teenage girls selling themselves to grown men.
Oh, right.
There's no good person in the movie.
Yeah.
I kind of want to watch it now. So.
Yeah.
It won.
Right, so now the movie's like taking the babysitter.
John Leguizamo's in it. You'll find it from there.
Yeah, there you go.
So my horizon shift is John Leguizamo is kind of like Lawrence Fishburne. I'm just gonna sell that movie instead.
We get back to the gist of the movie, and basically Red Skull is trying to kidnap the president. Oh, and remember where Jason Segel turned into Captain America under a diner?
Yeah.
So the diner is now a woman's bathroom, and he gets into a fight with Nazis in the women's bathroom, and it's pretty fucking great. Wait, he hasn't been Captain America since the ice scene like 50 minutes ago. By the way.
So the women's bathroom is the underground level.
No. So like they fight through the bathroom to get underground.
Oh.
And then they go back up, and they're like, there he is again, and then they fight again in the women's bathroom. So it's like almost two different fights.
Okay.
So now we're back in Italy, where Captain America steals another car. So apparently, I have a thing about car robbery movies again. Apparently. So what happens next?
I
know, I'm looking at my notes, but I got John fucking Leguizamo in my head, and I'm like, don't curse at people, foreigners, or something in my head now. I don't know.
Can we just talk about John Leguizamo for the rest of the episode?
I'm actually
this could just be a John Leguizamo
movie right now.
All right, so let's get to the final fight. All right, so John Leguizamo. God damn it! All right,
he was being a real pest.
All right, so John. God, fuck! I almost called. Okay, Captain America. Captain America and Red Skull. They fight each other for 3 minutes, and it's kind of cool. The only bad part is, before fighting, Red Skull unveils a piano. It's a really nice piano. So before they fight, he's just playing the piano on top of a fucking building. So they kind of fight at each other for a little bit. Captain America throws a boomerang that misses, but then the boomerang comes back, and fucking Red Cliff, or what's his name? Red Skull falls off a fucking cliff.
Red Coitus?
Falls off a cliff and dies. And the movie's over. Now we're done with my movie. So everything's happy. The end. Oh, by the way, he has sex with the dead ex-girlfriend's daughter. So that's the end of the movie. Okay. I'm done. The end.
Did you really say Red Clit?
I actually said Red Cliff, but I stopped halfway through Cliff and just ended with Red Cliff.
That's the greatest supervillain of all time, Red Clit.
You're not even talking, you're just mumbling. Alright, I'm done with my movie. I think that was a great movie. I think TJ's going to tell us about John Leguizamo before we move.
No.
It's the Leguizamo.
No? Okay, we're done.
Do you want me to what? You want me to read the plot of this movie off of Wikipedia, or like it's not? No one else is in it. The director's a nobody. Like, yeah. All right, well, hey, before Angus goes on with his movie, I'd just like to say that I hope at least, like, let's say every 5 episodes, Mike can bring us a movie that causes me and Angus to go on a John Leguizamo tangent. I mean, like, I missed out on the tail end of Mike's movie just looking up John Leguizamo, and I'm sorry, Mike, but he took precedent.
No, I understand. I love the man.
You missed the red clit.
Yeah, I did. I missed out on the best joke of the entire episode because I was just staring at the Wikipedia for the babysitters.
I was telling TJ there. I don't. Are we recording right now? Or
Oh yeah, we are. Welcome to the episode, Mike.
Okay. Oh, hey, buddy, I'm back.
Or should I say the human being?
I was telling TJ during our break there. I was telling TJ how like it's going to be a goal of mine to make TJ sound a little disappointed in me every time, at least once per podcast.
I was disappointed I missed the red clit joke. That's why I came back disappointed. I was like, damn it, I missed the funny.
That's good enough for me. That's
because I thought you said red coitus.
Yeah, I heard you say that. I was like, what the fuck?
So, Angus, I wonder what you watched.
Oh, well, I think I watched a similar movie as somebody else in here, but a different
Captain
time
America,
period.
1971?
I think it was 79 or 78,
Oh.
but I did want to do that. I had it downloaded, but no, I did 1994's Roger Corman's produced Fantastic Four, which is hilarious because Roger Corman just releases just all kinds of just dog shit movies.
Yeah.
And has for like fucking 85 years. And this is the only movie that was never officially released.
So is it, you
To
just
this
find it
day.
on YouTube now, or?
Yeah, it's on YouTube. You can find bootlegs of it at like Comic-Con conventions and stuff. I went to Spooky Empire yesterday and they had a copy of it, like a bootleg copy, and they also had a bootleg copy of Elves. With the little okay punch you in the balls thing on the cover. I kind of regret not buying it. But
So
I would never watch it
you're going to
again.
tell us about the movie, but I've always kind of assumed it's the second worst. I haven't seen it, but just based on assumption that it must be the second worst comic book movie ever, if you count Jean-Claude Van Damme and Cyborg as having its Spider-Man roots, considering that a comic book movie because of that.
No, absolutely not. Fantastic Four is the worst of any of them ever made. I was looking at a list the other day of like top 10 comic books movies that should have never been made. It was number one, of course.
I assume
it's
the
always
Dark
on
Man
those lists.
sequels are even like.
No, those are
Although-
actually safe. Those aren't on those lists that I look up.
Well, you know what? Actually, I let me correct myself. That's because Darkman wasn't a comic before the movie.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
No, I looked it up.
Okay, well, yeah, you mentioned Darkman before, but I was like, I don't know if that was before
Yeah,
or not,
that's
but
always stuck in my head. That it's a comic
I just
book
trusted
movie,
you.
But Sam Raimi invented him for the movie, and then comics came later.
Okay.
I mean, maybe I'll get yelled at for this again later, but
No.
I'm 95% confident in this.
And I'm the comic book nerd, and I don't even fucking know.
Right. Well,
I'm just gonna trust you.
Comic book expert, mute woman, where are you? Chime in, please. That's no fucking help.
Oh wow, they did make it. Wow. Okay. Cool. Dude, this bitch is insightful. We got to keep her for every episode.
All right, every comic episode at least.
So
Okay.
yes.
Well, yeah. Okay.
Fantastic Four. You guys are gonna hear more shitty Reed Richards and fucking Thing and Horrible Doom. So you can turn off the podcast now if you don't want to hear it again. Because basically our movies were very fucking similar. Except mine was, I think, much, much worse. Because yours actually had
good
money
effects.
in it.
Yeah, mine
Yours
had good
had money.
effects.
Mine
Those
had rubber
Fantastic
suits.
Four have never looked better than my movie. Although Reed Richards looked like a fucking horror monster.
Oh my god, my Reed Richards is fucking... God, I can't wait to get to him. All right, let's start the movie.
Yeah.
We start off with like just horrible blurry pictures of stars and planets. Like not even like it's like kind of just like zooming out, but it's zooming out of like a horrible photo. Like if like the JPEG wasn't the right size. And there's like 70s heroic theme music playing. Like it's totally 70s, but the movie was 1994. So it doesn't make sense like that. Like, it's fucking terrible. I don't know if I should save this for my selling point. No, I'm just going to say it because it's hilarious. There's a guy in it whose name is George Gayness. Which is probably my favorite. Like, that's a goddamn superhero name if I've ever heard one for a gay man.
Gayness. GG Gay.
Like his ultimate enemy is Red Clit. So we begin with this overacting professor, which actually is George Gayness now that I'm thinking about it. Like, he's just like, acting!
So George Gayness is actually camp.
He's terrible. He's one of the worst old man actors ever. And Reed Richards is just being a twat. He's like, well, that's not right, sir, blah, blah, blah.
So, like, it's not right to be gay? Is that what he's telling him?
Yes, Reed Richards he hates homosexuals in this movie, apparently.
The homophobic four?
He's very homophobic. The homophobic four. That's what this movie is. They just gay bash the whole time. It's clobbering queer time.
Oh, no.
Well, there goes our gay audience.
We lost them a long time ago.
The Human Torch is like, don't call me a flamer.
The Invisible One's like, yeah, of course you gay guys don't see me.
Yeah. She's not actually invisible. She just can't be seen.
Yeah, she's got her tits out, but they're just not looking. They're like, ugh.
Yeah. She just gets butt naked, and then the gay guys can't see her.
She thinks she
movie.
has to.
This is really terrible. Who comes up with this?
Ah, shit. Reed and Victor are in class, and they're, like, passing around these calculations and shit about this experiment they're doing. The professor is talking about, like, this fucking meteor that's gonna show up. That's, like, once in a fucking lifetime. Moon. I don't know. Longer than that.
Okay.
How long is it? How often does a blue moon happen?
I don't know. Like harvest moons or whatever, 10 years?
I don't know. Fuck
or
it.
Super moons. That's
moon.
super moons. Harvest moons are like...
Super moon sounds terrifying.
Super moons. When it's like really big and really red. But...
That's the worst comic book movie is Super Moon.
Super moons? When it's really big and really red?
It cuts to Johnny and Sue. They're like little kids, and Ben Grimm, like, goes and sees them. I guess he's like, he watches them. He's also in class. Like, he's in the same class as Reed and Victor. But for some reason, they just cut to him going to see the little kids. And then the lunar eclipse is happening. And Reed and Victor have their giant ray gun just pointing at the sky. Like, we don't really know what they're trying to do or accomplish with it. So, the lunar eclipse happens, and then they just shoot a giant laser at it. I guess trying to.
So we don't get to see them as kids.
No, they're in school already. They're in like science school, like those three, and then the little kids are Johnny and Sue, and then the mother is just. Oh, blah, 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 and she's annoying.
Fucking mother.
Yeah.
All right.
And then Ben notices like the giant laser beam shooting. He's like, "Oh, god damn it, they're doing it!" Oh. But he doesn't we don't know what it is. So he runs and goes to try to save them because he knows that their machine is gonna fuck up. The machine blows up, and Victor takes the full blast of electricity, and Ben saves him, like drags him out, and they're in the hospital. And one of the things I noticed about this scene is in every single, 80s, 90s movie where they're in a hospital, if you ever listen to it, you always hear over the intercom, Dr. Davis and Dr. Blair. Those are the two names that are always played, because it's like a royalty-free thing.
Yeah.
So if you're watching a movie from that time period, it happens in Mystery Science Theater movies a lot. So just listen out for that, and It's always there. I always found that
it's
fascinating.
Like there's like a one police code. They have like one stock thing that's in every fucking movie of like over the police chatter, but it's always like them saying the same police code.
Yeah, this is the same woman giving the exact same thing. Even ICP used it in a song, the Dr. Blair one. Like, I forgot the name of the song, but yeah, it's been used 1,000 times. But I want to know where that originated from, because it's just such a weird thing. Mm-hmm. Sue and Johnny are now grown up, like, just out of nowhere, so they're kind of like teenagers now, like a little bit older maybe, like they just graduated. Barely legal Human Torch. The mother is there, and Reed and Ben are there to pick them up to like go take them to the office, and then the mother's
sounds
like,
so domestic. Their mom's there and everything.
Yeah, well, the mom does the fucking cheesiest thing ever. She's like, "Look at you guys, the Fantastic Four."
So they're not adults yet? What the hell?
And, like, nothing's happened yet. And I'm just going to tell you right now, they don't even become the Fantastic Four for another 55 fucking minutes.
55
And they don't
minutes.
even... Yeah, yours took 45 minutes for them to get anything going. Mine took 55.
Oh, my God.
And, one of the things I wrote down was Reed's hair is horrible. He's just... he's a normal 20-year-old...
But it's not gay, is it?
He's a 20-year-old guy, but it looks like he took, like, spray paint and just spray painted down the side of his head with white for, like, just 2 streaks, and it looks fucking horrible. And then, Ben is a klutz, and he runs into this blind bitch, and he, like, breaks her statue, because she was carrying a statue that I guess she made, because she's blind, so I guess she, like, can feel people's faces and then make them in the clay and shit.
He gets embarrassed. It's clobbering time. He just beats the hell out of her.
He just starts breaking all her shit. Yeah, and my notes are so fucking skim for this. Like, there's just sentences, so I'm trying to remember because it's been like 2 weeks since I watched it. It says, creepy elf man is gonna steal with his chimney sweep partner. This crystal they have is supposed to help for their journey.
Is that a plot?
I guess.
What the hell?
They have is gonna help with their journey.
I don't know.
You two watched, like, way too bad movies, even for a pod. Like, just slightly bad, too much.
Sounds like the plot to a Yanni concert. The crystal is going to help with their journey.
My favorite part is the chimney sweep partner, because that's exactly what he looked like. The crystal was supposed to help the four with their ray gun, because Doom is dead now. Like, he's been dead.
Oh.
So they think.
Oh.
Yeah, and they're trying to live on the legacy and continue that project, even though nobody knows what the fuck it is, but that crystal is supposed to do something. And then you see Doom's face for a little bit. And then the creepy troll man is tiptoeing through laser wires to steal the crystal, and he replaced it with a fake one.
Are we talking about, like, meth or, like,
no,
crystal?
it's like a giant red crystal. Like, no, they're all just on meth. That would have been hilarious.
They're gonna fucking smoke the shit out of that. They're not actually superheroes. They're just really fucking stoned.
They're just stoned and thinking they're cartoon characters.
You know, it would be really cool, man, if we were fantastic.
Yeah.
I can stretch.
If only I could get out of this phone booth.
He just reaches for Doritos, and he's like, look how far I can stretch. He's grabbing them off the table.
Look what I did.
Yeah, so it's
Thing
basically
is just
like...
covered in scabs.
Ew.
He's been high the longest.
Oh, no. Like, just heroin scabs and shit. That's so gross. All right, so
Torches open scabs.
no open. He's just he likes to do crack lighters really big, like those flames that you do when you're a kid. He's just really good at making those.
This is such a weird movie.
And I haven't even got to weirdness yet. All right, so they're in space. Like, I guess they flew into space to do the experiment, and then they have the fake crystal because the fucking troll man replaced it. And this is what I wrote. Fake crystal sends them through old computer screensaver. And then it cuts off because I didn't screen cap this right. And it just says seconds.
Huh?
Alright, wow, there's a lot missing. Alright, so they end up in the alternate... No, they're not even in an alternate dimension because the guys come up. Anyways, Johnny sneezes fire, and then nobody sees Sue. She's fading in and out, but falls. And then Reed's, like, arms stretched out to grab her. And it was the goddamn worst thing I've ever seen. It looked like... Yes, but worse than puppetry. It was just this giant, like, fake arm that just, like, you could see the string pull it out. Like, all the way through the screen. And, like... In her fading in and out, you can tell they were just, like, shooting, like, the same scene, but then just kind of, like, fucking up the film and, like, muzzling it.
Oh,
so it looked...
God.
Like, his hand wasn't the size of a human hand. It was just, like, it was a giant papier-mâché hand. It was the fucking... One of the worst special effects I've ever seen. And, well, his hands get weirder. So, alright, that's the first time he's stretched. It flashes to Doom in his little castle, and he's just like, "Brah, they're alive!" And then there's the classic cliche of any fucking superhero movie. Spinning newspaper. Fantastic Four. Or no, I don't even remember what it said, but it's like, Reed Richards and crew are found alive, and then just shit spinning, like the paper's always spinning.
Oh, no.
And... I can't, like, stress this enough that this movie was 1994, but I swear to God it looks like it was 78. Like, it does not look good. Like, it really feels like an older movie. So we're back to the Troll Man. He wants a queen now, because he's a god among the sewer people. So he's like, go find me a queen. And they steal the blind chick. And then there's...
Why? Why do they just get special powers?
Yeah, well, she didn't get beat up. He just knocked down her statue. Like, that's the only interaction we've seen with her at all, is, like, Ben just knocked down her statue and was very sorry about it.
So why did they steal her?
She's blind, so she's probably easy to pick up. Like, this is what the note says after, is creepy-looking gang rape. So I don't remember if they actually gang rape her or not. I'm just going to assume.
Corman, so they might have.
Well, she's blind, so she probably didn't know either way.
That's how that works.
Whatever.
Well,
Mike.
we have an expert. Have you ever been gang raped and didn't know because you're blind?
I thought she's mute.
Oh shit, she is mute.
God damn it, Angus!
I forgot.
How insensitive.
How rude.
I'm sorry. The army shows up and they take the four back. Ben is now the Thing, and he's just in a giant rubber costume. And, like, you can just see his, like, normal eyes clearly through it. Like, even, like, the eyelids and everything. Like, the socket. Just in this terrible rubber suit.
Should have put him in a luchador mask like my movie.
And then there's, like, it's a comedic scene of them explaining their powers. I don't know what was comedic about it. They're locked up by the army. They break out. They steal army outfits. And then Doom meets them at the base. Just as henchmen. So they fight a bunch of henchmen. and it's just really bad. It's because it's this terrible special effects. Like,
are they trying to get the blind girl back?
Not yet. They don't even know about the blind girl.
Okay.
These are Doom.
Oh, okay.
These are Doom's henchmen. The sewer people are completely different. Doom just hired the king guy to steal. Like, he hired the troll and the chimney sweep that are part of that, just the steal, the crystal.
Makes sense now.
All right. They all beat up the henchmen in just really horrible fashion. Doom's sad. He was sad, I guess. And then this one's weird. It says, read figures app their worst traits become their powers. So...
Their worst traits.
Yeah, so... I think it was, like, he's always, like, stretching himself too thin by trying to appease everybody. Even though he's, like, the shittiest, like, superhero in, like, all of comic history. Like, he's just a complete piece of shit.
Yeah.
What was Ben's thing? Like, he always has, like, this rock-hard surface, and, Sue is just always, like, she just wants to hide and become invisible, and I guess Johnny's just really hot. He's a flamer. It's so mean to say that's somebody's worst trait now. It's insensitive.
It is insensitive.
The Thing is angry because he's a thing, and he leaves the group, and now he's just scaring prostitutes on the street. There's just an entire scene of him walking and prostitutes just yelling and screaming. And then he just feels even worse about himself. Sue brings out these awful, like, suits that she made, and the fours just, they don't even match, like, and she's like, look, everybody, we're the Fantastic Four! And they're just rubber suits, but there wasn't one for the Thing, because he left, and then, of course, Torch made the joke, I guess we're the Terrific Three. Which is
pretty good.
Funny, because we came up with that title before I watched the movie. Yeah. So now I feel like we're so hack we ripped off the worst movie ever made.
Yes!
Now I feel terrible.
I feel terrific. That's the second best thing to come out of this episode.
Red Clit.
Yeah,
Red Clit is my favorite thing ever. I'm going to be thinking about Red Clit for days.
Yeah, I think about it all the time.
So after he's done scaring prostitutes, the Thing meets the homeless people that kidnapped the blind girl. He doesn't know that. But, like, they take him in. They're like, oh, you crazy-looking fuck, come with us. You'll fit in. And then he's there. So then, for some reason, Dr. Doom shows up just to kill homeless people. Because he can.
Some people, that's their favorite pastime.
Just killing the homeless.
It ain't cool, but it's a hobby.
I did watch 3 Guys, 1 Hammer, so I get it. The next note is really weird. It says, touch it. She dies. So, I'll do it. Don't let me stop you. I have no idea what that's in reference to.
Okay.
Yeah. The Thing tries to save the blind girl.
Finally.
Yeah, because he figures out that she's being held captive. He didn't know. Like, nobody knew. She was just being held captive and raped by these sewer people for, like, months while they were turning into the Fantastic Four. Like, her story must be tragic.
Yeah, oh my god.
So, he's saving her, and automatically she said she always loved him.
Yeah, of course.
Even though the only time she's ever met him was him breaking her shit.
And beating her up.
And clobbering her, yes.
It's clobbering time.
Doom has his own laser, and now he wants to destroy New York City.
I'm very happy the lasers are back.
Yes.
That's my favorite part
Oh, God.
of talking so far.
And the lasers in these movies are always just so fantastically bad. So And wait till you hear what this late... Oh, fuck, man, I can't wait. All right, the Thing's back now because he saved the blind chick. He's like, I'm ready to join the group. It's clobbering time. So then they get in their spaceship, and there's the scene of the spaceship going through space, and it's literally a toy spaceship on strings flying through the fake stars.
Can you see the strings?
Yeah, very obviously. Like, they didn't even try to hide them.
Oh. Well, this is a movie that didn't go through post, so, maybe they thought they'd clean it up. No, it's Roger Corman. Post?
No, they did go through post. They just decided not to release it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, after it was done, they were just like, there's a really interesting story I'm going to get to for my selling point on that. All
right.
Very interesting. The next thing says, Doom keeps voguing and striking gay poses.
Okay.
No wonder Reed Richards.
Yeah,
yeah, like he's just in his like. I guess
aren't the heroes in this other than like saving that blind girl from like just.
That's it. That's the only thing they've done so far.
Trauma.
And it was only the Thing that did it. Like the other three didn't even give a shit. Like. So yeah, like Doom was just dancing for some reason in a very gay way, which is fine. We accept that. And he's got them locked in a force field now, and he starts stealing their power. And then, like, out of the force field, there's a long, stretchy foot that kicks the machine. Mm. It's Reed, and it's just awful looking. It's another one of those just pull...
Gay machine, kick!
Well, now it's clobbering time. And
finally.
They just start... They beat up henchmen. And this goes on for a while, and it actually does one of my favorite things is a railing kill. That's probably my favorite thing in any movie ever is when somebody kills somebody and they fall over a railing.
Yeah. I sold that Cleopatra Jones movie on balcony kills alone.
Love them. It's my favorite. The laser shoots. They're outside now. And Doom is fighting against Mr. Fantastic one-on-one. And then Doom all of a sudden gets Freddy Krueger claws.
Woo!
Which I didn't know was a thing. So
Reed just probably tells us which issue that happened in. Okay.
Oh, wow, that one. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I thought I read that one, but I don't remember that part.
Yep, well,
okay.
She said it's canon. When mute woman speaks, we gotta listen.
Can't believe I thought she was blind.
Mike thinks she looks like a guinea.
She has broad face.
Oh, she didn't like that one. Oh.
So, Reed punches Dr. Doom off of a building. And, like, he's, like, hanging there because Reed tries to save him. This is the third time he's used his stretchiness ever. He's only used it 3 times so far. And, like, he's holding Doom, and he's just like...
Wait, was one of the times when he kicked the gay machine?
Yeah. The gay machine.
Wow. All right.
The laser that turns people gay in New York City, yes. So he's holding him, and Doom's just like, this is your problem, Reed. You could never let go and stuff. And then Reed just like, okay, and he drops him. And now the laser's still shooting for some reason. Because, like, I guess a laser doesn't go that quick. So Johnny's now chasing it as a flame man. And, again, worst special effects you've ever seen. And he's racing a laser... And then he gets in front of it and then just pushes it. He pushes a laser away.
Like with his mind?
No, with his, like, hands. He's just like, push you away, bad laser.
Fire beats laser. Yeah.
And then that's done. The world is saved. Reed and Sue get married. And she has her wedding dress on, like a really nice wedding dress. But he's still wearing his Fantastic Four outfit. He didn't even put on a tux. He just wore the outfit while she got dressed nicely.
I'm disappointed
And-
in movies.
And they drive away, and then, like,
I love my movie.
there's, like, a hand through the top of it. Like, there's a hand, like, waving to the people, but it looks like one of them inflatable two men, like, out in front of a goddamn car sale, just waving to everybody with the Just Married. And that is the end of
Beautiful.
1994's Fantastic Four.
That wasn't too bad. All right.
Why did you do this to us, Angus?
I don't know, man. I thought it was going to be more
Your
fun.
fault.
Yeah, I mean,
I had a great Angus. I would like to thank you. I like this episode a lot. I
it's
enjoyed
a
my
good
movie.
episode, but I'm spent on these fucking movies.
The movies were
All right,
torturous.
so
All right, so it's time for our next segment. Let's just get this over with. Our best bullet points, where each of us will go around and tell the best bullet points, what really sells other people on the movie we just watched. So I went first. So I really didn't want to think about my movie anymore, but I had to come up with a best bullet point. So my best bullet point is this. If you watch Fantastic Four from 2015, it will be the worst movie you watch this year. So it won't be nice to have that out of the way. Like you every other movie now becomes better relatively. You can watch another bad movie and be like, well, it's not as bad as Fantastic Four.
that is a really good selling point.
but
Yeah,
I'm
every
shocked.
movie
No,
instantly
hold on,
becomes
hold
better
on,
for
hold
at
on.
least a year.
Hold on. The thing is, like, are you saying, like, any movie that I pick is going to be better, or just any movie from 2015?
I think just generally any movie you just happen upon. It might be bad, but
You
you're going to...
didn't happen upon the 94 Fantastic Four?
Listen, yours had a lot more going on. You had like a subplot
No, it
with
didn't.
homeless people. Yours had a subplot.
Dude, a flamer pushed the laser. That's
Yeah,
fucking
you had a
cool.
literal
fuck.
subplot of subterranean people kidnapping blind girls. I didn't have that.
Okay.
Everything
Okay.
that happened
You know
in
what?
my
You're-
movie
you're right.
happened in yours, but you had extra things going on. The only other difference is mine had better effects, but still there wasn't superhero action, so that hardly counts. And the effects were just in a fucking bear canyon. So it's not even like you get a sense of scale with them fighting in a city. Like
I love for
in the city.
our best bullet points, we're just trying to argue whose was worse.
Yeah, so I'm saying I'm standing by it.
So
Fantastic Four will
So-
make you feel every movie you watch for at least a year. You know, it's that just that much better. You might not still think it's good, but you'll be like, at least it's not Fantastic Four again.
my reason for watching my movie is we're gonna go back to that fight where we left. I know you guys are waiting for it. So basically, shit. Okay, well, never mind. Okay, wait, we're good. Whew. All right, so Red Skull, he straps Jason Segel as Captain America to a Nazi rocket, right, and aims it at Washington D.C. But Jason Segel as Captain America, he's very wily, so he grabs Dr. Weir and doesn't Red Skull. No, you didn't hear anything. No.
That was a Freudian slip.
Don't this didn't happen. So anyway, and he doesn't let go of Red Skull, and so Red Skull is forced to abort the launch, right? But it's too late. And so he cuts his own fucking arm off while crying. And then the rocket takes off and gets to America in like 30 seconds. But Jason Segel as Captain America kicks it 3 times and it ends up in Antarctica. And that's how he's trapped in Antarctica. And it was a really great scene, and that's why you should watch this movie.
I loved imagining Jason Segel grabbing Sam Neill.
I feel like I should move on to my Horizon ship.
No, I
immediately.
still got to do mine.
Okay.
All right. My best bullet point is I was going to do the whole spiel about the worst movie ever, but I guess that's been taken. An interesting thing about my movie is apparently in 2015 there was a documentary called Doomed, the fucking doomed journey of the Fantastic Four, and it's a documentary about the movie and like what it like the hell it went through to be made and released and everything. And basically, like, I didn't watch it, but I'm going to very soon as I get a chance. I just didn't have the $4 to rent it. The trailer was fucking awesome, and like it has Roger Corman saying...
Wait, so you're gonna watch a documentary about your movie that you hate?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Because the movie was so bad, I just want to know more about it. And like in the trailer, it shows like Roger Corman saying, "I released like 1,000 movies, and I've only had one that's never been released." And it goes through the IMDb, and then it just shows Fantastic Four. And like apparently, like the movie was funded by these weird Germans who just wanted to keep the rights, and they made the script secret, and like they wouldn't let anybody on set, and it just was a nothing script. They just wanted to try to make
Germans are always a bad guy.
Yeah, it goes back to your movie.
I bet they had very broad faces too.
Red Clit was the director of this movie, who demanded, like, he was the producer. No, but I think it's awesome that my movie actually has a companion piece that actually is critically acclaimed. Like, people actually really like the documentary. So it would be fun to watch. Right. Like, I haven't watched it yet, but I'm going to. But like I said, a companion piece is pretty cool to have for your terrible movie.
All right, with that said and done, we'll move on to our favorite segment. The time has come for us to relate all of our movies to Event Horizon. In a segment called The Horizon Shift. I'm sorry, the mute woman distracted me. Hey, we got to play all of the music that time. That's exciting.
Sweet.
Maybe we're lifting our curse. Okay, so my Horizon Shift for the Fantastic Four. I have two quick ones. Naturally, first of all, they open up a portal to another dimension, and bad shit happens. The other thing is black guy completely on fire. Yeah, no, I wasn't putting any more thought into this fucking movie. So black guy completely on fire. That's my Horizon Shift.
I did not expect that. This is fantastic.
All right. So,
holy fuck, you might have just won with that.
Like you blink and it's over. Like what?
Dude,
so mine has been slightly spoiled because I can't speak. So basically, the first half of the movie. The Red Skull isn't actually Red Skull. He's actually just Dr. Weir after he went to hell, but with eyes.
So wait, is it Sam Neill?
No, it's not Sam Neill, but he looks exactly like Sam Neill.
Oh, okay.
Like just cuts all over his face?
Yeah, like they just look like it. Sorry, I was speaking again. What?
So he instead of being a skull, he just has cuts all over his face.
Yeah, like it looks like he just took a bunch of shards of glass and just kind of cut up his face into like a baseball-like pattern. Yeah, it was a really good design. So during the fight, basically, like Red Skull just punches and taunts Captain America in the exact same manner that like Dr. Weir does. And at one point, and I'm not kidding, I'm pretty sure, I'm like 100% sure, so I'm more than pretty sure that Red Skull yells, "Where is the pain in my aunt?" And I was so fucking confused by that I not only rewound my movie, I actually rewound it twice. And yep, he screams, "Where is the pain in my aunt?" as he's punching Captain America. And this really confuses the shit out of Captain America. So,
hold on. The pain in his what?
Where is the pain in my aunt? My aunt.
Aunt,
my
aunt.
Like
your aunt?
Yes.
That is okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
I had to hear you say it a couple times.
I googled the phrase. I didn't get anything out of it, so I don't know what Nazi meaning that had, but that's what he says.
Where's the pain in my aunt? Tell me.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yes, that's pretty good.
His aunt had a red clit.
My Horizon Shift. Angus?
Shit. I didn't prepare. Dr. Weird, Dr. Doom, Misunderstood Doctors.
Boom. Done.
That's it.
Perfect.
All right. So I guess...
I don't think Dr. Weir was misunderstood.
No, he was very
misunderstood.
misunderstood.
Yeah, he was misunderstood. So now we'll go around the table and we'll take our best selling points in our horizon shifts, and we'll decide. We'll vote on a winner for the episode. So I'm looking at
Let's do it.
between Captain America and Fantastic Four. And I mean, Angus basically watched the same movie as me, but with a subplot with like troll people and chimney sweeps doing terrible, terrible things to blind women. And as interesting as it is, maybe to rewatch that same movie with that subplot as if it's like some sort of director's cut.
And the worst special effects you've ever fucking seen.
But Mike has so much like happiness about his movie that it's infectious. Like it's probably like such a turd, but he just makes it seem like such a good time. I've got to side with Captain America.
Woohoo. Mike.
Yeah, which Fantastic Four, Mike?
Yeah. Do you choose Fantastic Four or Fantastic Four?
Yeah, tell us.
TJ really sold it with the Black Man on Fire, which is kind of like a Hunger Games kind of thing or something. But Angus has a fucking documentary that not only is about his movie, that he actually wants to fucking watch.
You could just watch the documentary.
So I'm gonna have to give it to Angus's Angus's film there with the documentary. Yeah. I'm thinking about it, actually.
Yeah, the blind woman was pretty great. I like her. Yeah, no doubt Red Clit's winning this.
All right.
All right.
So, Mike, as winner, you get to pick the theme for our next episode. Are you ready with a theme now, or will we announce it later?
I am not ready for the theme. I will tell everyone the theme at a later
we'll
date.
Post it on our Facebook.
Ooh.
All right, everybody. I hope you've all enjoyed hanging out with Mr. Terrific, the human beef, myself, the object, and our special guest for the evening, the mute woman.
It was nice meeting you, mute woman.
She's hilarious.
Yep, we hope to have you on the show again. Thank you so much for tolerating our insensitivity.
I will say she did talk more than I thought she would. For being the mute woman.
I mean, I totally slighted her by not even introing her at the top of the episode. That was pretty lame.
Well, to make up for it, should she be the one that like tells us off the episode, like says goodbye?
Yeah, I think so.